everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I decided to create this really bold blue eye look for you today. I used the Dream Street palette by Colourpop and KathleenLights, and I really like this palette. It's very nice, but I have destroyed it and you will see that in the video. But I wanted to do another dramatic look and not so natural and smoky like I've been doing. So this is what I came up with. I hope you guys enjoy it, and as you can tell, my hair is not straight. It is very curly. This is my natural hair. This is what it looks like. I just haven't been wearing it natural in the summer because it gets so poofy with all the humidity where I live and all the rain and everything. It's just easier to straighten it. I just hopped out of the shower and decided to have my hair curly today. I don't know why, because I'm not going anywhere besides work and I have to wear my hair in a ponytail. So only you guys get to enjoy it, but I hope you guys do enjoy it, because this will be it before I have to put it up in a ponytail and a bun, so whatever. But anyway, back to the video. If you want to learn how to create this really dramatic bold blue look, then just keep on watching. My hair is looking so freaking crazy. Like, I don't even know what this is. Like, so annoying. To start off, I've already done my brows, and now we are going to go into priming our eyelids. So I'm just going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and then setting it down with the translucent powder. Now that our eyes are all prepped and primed, we are going to start on the eye look today. For today's eye look, it's going to be very dark and a little out of the box. I tried this look last weekend and I liked the way it turned out, so I decided to film it for you guys, and hopefully you like it as well. We are going to feature the Dream Street palette in today's tutorial. This is from Colourpop and KathleenLights. However, this palette has been dropped like literally 1,000 times, and I am now missing the shade Mermaid Boy, I think it is. Or is it Kaleidoscope? No. Kaleidoscope. Sorry, it's hard to read like the back of the packaging as like compared to like the colors inside. I personally like it when the color shades are inside underneath the actual pans. But mine, as you can tell, is literally a filthy mess because it's been dropped so many times. However, I still like to use it, and I'm too lazy to buy a new one, as you could probably guess. So I am missing the shade Kaleidoscope. It is this one right here. It's honestly one of the prettiest shades in this palette, and it just popped out of its pan one day, went all over my floor. It was a mess to clean up. So I do need to get a new one because I really do love that shade, and yeah, maybe I should have cleaned this before showing you guys, but you know, this is honestly what my makeup looks like, trashed, you know, but it's okay. So just bear with me and maybe I'll clean it up as we go, who knows. We are featuring this shade right here called Water Bearer, and this one right here called Mermaid Boy. This is going to be our main colors and pretty much like the only colors you'll see in the look. So I'm really excited. So we can just dive right in to this video. Okay, so we are going to go into this shade right here. It is called Magical. We're going to put a little bit of this in our crease area. We don't want to pack a lot of this on, but just enough for a little bit of a transition shade. We are going to go in with a different color as our transition shade, but I just want a little something something, you know what I mean? Okay, for our main transition shade, we are going to go into the first color in the palette right here called Shooting Star. It is a nice light brown color, and we are just going to put this all over our crease. And I am just going to pack this on until I like the intensity that I am seeing. This is going to be a really easy look today. It just uses 4 colors and then you're out the door. Now for the fun colorful part, we are going to go into Water Bearer. It is this nice deep blue in the palette, and we are going to put that in our crease, but we're going to make sure we put it low enough in the crease that it doesn't diffuse out up towards our brow bone. We're just going to slightly put this in there because it's going to make sense once we put that shimmery blue all over the lid. This will just help tie everything together, make it look flawless. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing a little bit better. So I am just raising my eyebrow and putting this deep into the crease and not really diffusing it upward. To help further blend those shades together, we are going to go back into the light brown shade in the palette called Shooting Star. Woo! Like I said, I literally drop my palette all the time. Okay. We are going to go back into Shooting Star, the transition shade that we used. And we are going to buff these two colors together. Right where they meet, we are going to just run our big fluffy brush all over the crease and blending them out. Using these darker, bolder colors, it's going to mean you're going to spend a lot more time blending than you are moving from step to step. So make sure and take your time with the blending and really, buff it out. Now for the Showstopper shade, we are going to use this shimmery blue right here. It has a little bit of a shift to it as well. This is called Mermaid Boy, and we are going to put this all over our lid. I'm probably going to skip concealer today just for the sake of time. So taking this on my index finger, I am just going to put this all over the lid and up towards our crease. We want to meet the two blue shades together so it flows. Also, our crease will look like our shimmer shade has been blown out a little bit. It just makes it a little bit more flawless. Now on a tiny brush, we are going to dip back into Water Bear. We are going to run this along our crease and where the two blue shades meet together. I'm really going to lift up my eyebrows and carefully run this along where the two shades meet, making sure I don't go up too high and blending further. Now on our original fluffy brush, we are going to dip back into Shooting Star, which is that nice transition color that we packed onto our eyes, and run this along where the blue ends. That way it just further diffuses outwards, but also softens up any harsh lines. Now I'm going to go back into Mermaid Boy and just re-intensify that color on the lid in case any of it has wiped away from all the blending that we've done. So I'm just re-intensifying it, making sure that it is still the focus of our attention. Now I'm just going to wipe away all that extra blue that we have everywhere because I am literally messy when it comes to putting this stuff on. As you can tell, I did change my shirt. The blue that was on my shirt was more of like a royal navy blue, and then this is turning out to be more of a teal. So I wanted to make sure that my outfit looks and matches well with my eyes, so I went ahead and changed my shirt off camera while I was wetting my sponge. Woo! While I was wetting my sponge. So now we can go ahead and start on our face makeup. And yes, I know my hair is looking literally crazy. This is the first time I've had my hair curly in months because in the summer I love to straighten it so it's less fuss and less frizzy. So I got in the shower today and I was like, I'm just gonna keep it curly for today's video. Probably a mistake, but that's okay. Let's just move on. For primer today, we are going to use the Base Tape Primer by Tarte Cosmetics, and this is the Double Duty Beauty Base Tape Hydrating Primer. Yeah. We're just going to put this all over our face and just blend everything together, mesh it into our skin. You know how primers go. This is like an okay primer. I don't really see it make a difference as far as like helping hydrate my skin and making my foundation last longer, but it does have a tacky base once it starts drying, so that's why I like to use it. If like I moisturized, you know, and it's been some time since, sorry, there's like literally a hair flying everywhere. I like to use it if it's been a while since I've moisturized and cleaned my skin, just so I can have like a tacky base for my foundation to stick to. Today's foundation, just like my last two videos, it's going to be this Born This Way foundation by Too Faced Cosmetics, and this is the shade Praline. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the foundation, put it on my sponge, and blend it into my skin. Now we are going to go into the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and we are going to put this under our eyes, along with down the bridge of our nose, on our chin, and then a little bit on the forehead. Then we are going to take our sponge and then just blend all that out. To set the concealer down, I'm going to go into the Ciaté Extraordinary Translucent Powder. This is a really nice powder because it blurs the skin, and so I just like to put this underneath my eyes and everywhere we put the concealer, because it also is white and it kind of shows up lighter, so I like to put this right where we want to like brighten our face. Now to set the rest of our face, I'm going to go into the Beauty Bakerie Flour Powder, and I'm just going to take that onto my beauty sponge and set the rest of our face where we didn't put the Ciaté powder. To melt the powder into the skin, I'm going to take the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, and I'm going to spray this all over my face and follow up with the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray, so this one controls our oil. And because we have done our eyes, I am going to look down as that setting spray dries so our eyelids don't crease. Because this foundation makes me really oily, I am going to bake with the flour powder from Beauty Bakerie, and I'm going to bake that underneath my eyes, along my nose, my chin, and my forehead. Everywhere that we put the concealer, just as a guide, but like those are the places that I get the most oily. So baking will help set the foundation a little bit further and help to reduce production of oil. I found that this has really helped with this foundation. It makes it last longer, and as far as me not producing so much oil as quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. This powder is really great for baking. I love it for baking. It really does its job as far as really setting it. Like, this is one of the best powders I've ever used to bake. And yes, we are literally going to look ridiculous with all this powder on. And if you're dry or you don't get as oily as I do, you don't have to do this. You can skip this step, but this just really helps set my foundation, because for whatever reason the Born This Way foundation really makes me oily. So this just helps prevent that in a little bit longer than normal. Then we're going to take this up on the forehead, because I really get oily on the forehead. Okay. Wow. Look at me. I literally look like I just shoved my whole face into powder donuts. Like, and honestly, I don't mind that because powder donuts are actually really good. So I'm probably going to go find something to cook for lunch and get that started. While it is cooking, I will finish up the video. I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes and I will be right back.
As you can see, I wasn't kidding. It literally does a great job at baking. And also really brightens up the face. Like, it literally looks like I still have the powder all over my face. So if you were to look up close, you could see that my skin looks really dry and powdery. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Morphe Continuous setting spray because I don't want to use this to drench my face. I just want to take a little bit of it just to help melt that back into the skin, but also allowing it to do its job in blocking the oil production. So I'm only going to take a little bit of that, and then I'm mostly going to spray the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray, and this will help further melt the powder into the skin, but also controlling the oils. We are zoomed back in to finish up the eyes on the lower lash line. I'm going to take the brown transition shade called Shooting Star, and I'm going to run this along my lower lash line. I'm honestly going to bring this down really low so that way when we put the blue on you can still see this underneath. We don't want the blue to be too overpowering. Now on the small brush that we used for our crease work, we are going to dip into Water Bear and run that really tight along the lash line. We are going to take it all the way into the inner corner as well. Normally we don't do this, but this will just help make the look very dramatic and more seamless together because we have blue all over the top and now we're going to have blue all over at the bottom. Going back into Shooting Star, taking that on a fluffier brush and then just running that right underneath the blue, just to really blend all that together. I told you this look was going to be very dramatic. Oh my gosh, we are looking really freaking crazy, but once we put on all our face products, we might be looking a little bit better. For our waterline, I'm going to use a black. I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Provision, and I am going to run this along my waterline. To highlight the inner corner, we are going to use this shade right here. It is called Sweet Dreams. You're going to take a little bit of this on our brush and then put it into the inner corner. This color looks pink at the pan, but it actually turns out to be a really nice gold color, and I really like the way it pairs well with this eye. I'm going to take also a very, very tiny little bit and run this along underneath the brow bone. Now we are going to quickly finish up the face. I'm going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer and using this to bronze up the cheeks a little bit. Put some color and shadow back into our face. Make us look so chiseled. Because who doesn't want to look like they have really strong cheekbones? Am I right or am I right? Now for the forehead, I'm going to take the Bahama Mama Bronzer by theBalm, and I'm going to swirl my brush in there and put that all over the forehead to make it look less big, you know? I did order the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. So once that does, I will be filming with that as my new forehead bronzer and seeing if I like it. I've always wanted to try it, but I just couldn't get myself to pay like $16 for a bronzer. I just couldn't do that for the longest time. And then it became summer and I was running out of my Ipsy travel size version of the Amazonian Clay Bronzer. So I purchased this and I'm like, if I can purchase this and this is more expensive than $16, then I can go ahead and purchase $16 of a drugstore bronzer. With looks like this, I really like to look bronzed, like a bronzed goddess. I just feel like it brings it all together. I'm just going to put a little bit of the Tarte one on my nose to bring some shadow back into that. For highlight, I am going into the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in Molten Gold. I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my brush, spraying it with some Morphe setting spray, letting it dry a little bit, and then hitting this right on the top of the cheekbone. Oh my gosh, my voice is literally like going in and out because I went to Cedar Point a couple days ago and I was screaming so much on the rides. And that I'm like kind of losing my voice. It's like going all froggy on me. Not my best luck, but it's summer and you gotta have fun, you gotta experience life, take some risks, going on roller coasters that you feel like you're gonna die on, and all will be fine. As always, I'm taking the Tarte Cosmetics Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Feisty. I'm going to put that in between the highlighter and the bronzer and also on the apples of the cheeks, and just really meshing all this together. And whatever's left on the highlighting brush, I'm just going to run that back over the highlight just to make sure we didn't lose any of our glow. Now I'm going to set my face with both our setting sprays, as we've been using throughout this video, to mount our powders into our skin before we go in with mascara. For mascara, I am going in with the Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit. This is a travel-sized version because I got this in my Ipsy bag last month. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm really excited. This is what it looks like. It's just, you know, tiny version of the actual mascara. Oh, the wand is a little bit bent. I don't know if you can tell, but it like curves a little bit. It's interesting. So I'm going, I don't know, do I do it this way? I'm going to put this on my lashes. Oh, that really lengthens them like a lot. Normally, at this point, I would pop on some lashes, but unfortunately, I'm going to work after this, and I don't really like wearing lashes to work because they just, you know, sometimes they start to come off and then I can't fix it or they bother my eyes. So I'm just going to skip that for now, but because this is a dramatic look, I personally would normally wear lashes with dramatic looks. Yeah, but unfortunately, we can't do that tonight. So if you want to go ahead and put on some lashes, you can. If not, you can leave it with mascara just like I am. So I'm going to pop on the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Stepping Out. I also got this from Ipsy. I'm just going to put a little bit on because I still have to eat lunch. And then I'm going to pop on, as always, the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. I'm just going to pop this on all over the lips, make them look juicy. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this look as much as I did filming it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and also leave any suggestions on what you want to see next. Be sure and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell because you never know when I'm going to upload, because my uploading schedule is literally all over the place and I am working on it. Lately I've been doing once a week on Friday or Saturday. So hopefully that will be my schedule for the rest of the summer, and then when school starts, we will come up with a new schedule, or maybe we can keep it. Who knows? We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. But be sure and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And yeah, so I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, so I was trying to film my intro and my outro, and look what just came at my door. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer that I was just talking about as I was actually doing my bronzer. Go figure. This is literally my luck. So this will be in my next video, and I will let you know my thoughts on that when the time comes. But I just wanted to share that information with you guys because I thought that was funny. Okay, let's start this video now. My eye will stop burning. For this look, we are featuring this shade right here called Water Bearer. Yeah.
Okay, to start off, we are going to go into this shade right here. It is called, what is it called? Magical? Now for the fun color purple. Now on a very tiny brush, we are going to dip back into the matte blue shade called Water Bear, and we are going to now we are going to go in with a small brush and dip back into Water Bear, tap off the excess, and then I can't talk. Now on a now